Live from Gary O'Neill Studios in Baltimore.
You're listening to the See.Plan.Do show. Gary O'Neill.
All right, here you go. DJ.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy party! Yeah! Woo! What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome. Let me take it on down one time. Welcome to the See.Plan.Do show with me, professional mindset coach, business coach, every type of coach, whatever area you need, I can help you out. Mr. Gary O'Neill Jr. And as always, when you see me out here in the streets, when you see me in your community, when you see me working hard online, offline, man, please don't forget the Junior. Shout out to Pops. And we have another Power Pack Podcast, Season 5, Episode 19. Oh, man, we're a couple episodes away for the end of the season. So hopefully you've been listening. If you've not, please make sure you catch up. Season 5, Episode 19, The Dating Box. Oh, yeah. Where I'm going to be talking about, hey, the different areas of dating, the different categories of dating. And also, you know, it's really sort of hot and trendy right now. So we're going to talk about Harvey and, quickly talk about Harvey and Michael B. Jordan and what my thoughts are about it. Yeah. And how we can relate that back to us. Because guess what? On this show, we're going to take global issues, local issues, celebrity issues, all types of stuff. And we're going to funnel it down. We're going to go ahead and make a little reduction in how that can apply to us. All right. So without further ado, can I get to my shout outs? Of course you can. It's your show, right? Is it? Well, it is. Well, it's your show, but I'm here. All right. My day one A1 listeners, shout out to you. My executive producers, shout out to you. My OGs, my Candy Code crew, people that are watching this online, people that are listening to this and wherever you are, no matter what you're doing. Thank you. You might have noticed that I have been looking to do the episodes different time frames, different days, just plugging in and just seeing what works, right? I like looking at stats. So, but no matter what, you're always going to get them weekly. And if you don't get them weekly, you're going to know, okay? Because that's what we do here. Try to maximize efficiency, what works. So again, Season 5, Episode 19, The Dating Box. All right. And no matter how you listening or watching this, thank you so much for chiming in. Thank you so much for being a part of this show. You are the best part of the show. I'll say that later on. Watch that. All right. So can we get to our See.Plan.Do moment of the week, sponsored by Heart Savers Maryland? So right after a brief word from our sponsors, we'll get right to it.
Are you looking to get certified in CPR, first aid, or other life-saving skills? Heart Savers Maryland is your premier CPR training facility. Individual and classroom sessions available. Schedule your training at heartsaversmd.com. Each second counts. Get trained today.
Hey, your See.Plan.Do moment of the week is entitled Tree. So a recent fact that, you know, in scrolling through online and reading different stuff and learning different information or fun facts, I learned about trees. Do you know why trees grow the way they grow? It's not because it's the soil, because if you really thought about it, if it was the dirt, then they would use it, then we wouldn't even have that much soil, right? It's not that. It is that as a tree grows, in the air, there are different molecules. And what they do is they take the molecules, they take the carbon and they attach it to themselves. And that's how they grow big and strong. I did not know that, right? And so 2 things I want to talk about with a tree. First thing is change. We see that no matter what tree it is, they all come from a seed. And while external factors like light and sun and the really not perfect environment, but really, really good environments create an opportunity for this to grow, change comes from the seed. Because you can have a seed that has the perfect light, perfect soil, rain, getting nutrients, all those things, and it never grows. Just like some people that you know that, they have a lot of potential, or they had a lot of potential, but they never actualized it. It's because, it comes from within. right? So change comes from within. Now, external stuff supports that, but change comes from within. But getting back to how a tree grows, right? Because I was like, I didn't even know that. So the tree takes the carbon from the air, attaches it to itself, and that's why it just gets big and it gets strong. I want to relay that to you. That even though you are surrounded by negativity, jealousy, poor leadership if you're at work, people with small mindsets, all these different negative attributes, just like a tree. I want you to take the lessons, take the good stuff from this environment, take the lessons, take the positive ideas, the notes, and attach them to yourself so you can grow. All right. Because when you think about all the different things of the environment, not only is, carbon, we got all these different molecules, but you got to think that the environment, we have radiation, we have smog, pollution, all those things that could hurt a tree. But it openly takes the stuff that is needed to make it grow. And I humbly suggest that you do the same. All right. That is your See.Plan.Do moment of the week, like a tree. All right. Moving on. Let's get to our Greenlight Entertainment song of the week. Guys, if you have been rocking and rolling with me, first, if you're looking at this on YouTube, I put the songs that I'm vibing to in the details. So you can look at the details, as well as I have a playlist set up that all of the songs that I'm rocking to, that I might randomly listen to, they're in the playlist below. So if you have not already hit that smash button, subscribe to this channel. I don't know what you're doing here, right? You already know within the first 6 minutes, you know what the vibe is. All right. Make sure you just go ahead and check out songs. And guess what? If you have a song that I made that you may want to say, hey, Gary, check the song out, and you drop it to me and it's fire like that, you're an executive producer. I'm gonna have to shout you out on the show. If it's trash, don't even worry about it. I might even block you. All right. So here's your so right after a brief word from our second sponsor, we'll get right to it, guys.
Having a wedding, birthday party, or other social or corporate event, contact Greenlight Entertainment today. With our experienced DJs, quality sound, and professional service, we look to make your event the event. Check us out on the web at www.greenlightentertain.com. With Greenlight Entertainment, you have the green light.
You definitely have the green light. Okay. So please, if you have an event, you have any type of situation going on, man, please check out Greenlight Entertainment. Please check me out. Hit me up. Let's get these parties started. I already started having a whole bunch for the summer already booked. So we're going to have some fun, right? We're going to have some fun in how you want to have fun. Okay. All right. So let's get to our entree, right? I don't even have an appetizer this episode because I was like, you know what? This is a really, really good topic that I really wanted to jump into, especially I don't really want to use, I use trendy stuff to make it, I use a trendy topic or something trendy and relate it to something that is classic, if that makes sense for everybody, right? So not Steve Harvey, Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan have recently called it splits, right? And, it's unfortunate. They both saying they're heartbroken. I get that, one can say, well, why not try to make it work? But we have never really heard from them about what's going on. But it brings to light, some of the things that people have talked about within, of course, social media, on how she's 25, he's 10 years older, he's doing all these things. And so she's sort of been dating. Yeah, and sometimes with those different entities, those different situations, right? They create a dynamic where it doesn't work for the other person. Which brings me to the dating box, right? Because you're probably like, well, what does the dating box have to do with this? I want you to, if you're dating, I want you to imagine a box, right? Now, when you're dating, right, whatever capacity you're not dating, you're dating, you're talking to someone, you're exclusively dating, you're in a relationship, there is a box that you have, right? And in this box, there is a label, bang, right across it, right? Just like if you were moving, you would label it bathroom stuff or kitchen stuff or living room, dining, whatever. You're going to have a label for this box. And in the box, there should be contents that support what's on the outside of the label. Unfortunately, in my experience, and I'm pretty sure you experience, whether it's you or some people you know, we need to get back to understanding the boxes that are there, right? Especially in dating or relationships, right? As well as what the boxes are and what should be in the box. Now, you can talk about what's in the box on your end, but I'm going to highlight the different dating boxes so that way it can help you out. Okay. This isn't even going to be a long episode now that I realize this. It's just going to be going over these categories to be able to help you, right? So I want you to let's start off with the basic box. Even before dating, this might be an acquaintance. This might be somebody you know, right? This is an acquaintance box. And you had this acquaintance box. This might be somebody that you've seen, somebody that you know. You're not friends. See, sometimes we use that friend box. We put people in that friend box that ain't supposed to be in that box. And we start giving them behaviors because that's what's in the box, what we're doing. And they shouldn't get that, right? So an acquaintance that's the category. And if you have with this person, they're an acquaintance to you, in the box should be very minimum stuff. Hey, you cool with them? You might communicate with them. Hey, you know them, right? You're civil, you're cordial. Everything is cool. But in reference to, let's talk about dating as the summer approaches. And I saw some great information here. So I always like to bring it back to you guys, because I care about you and you care about me and you care about the show and you want the fire on the show, right? So let's talk about the first box. Here's your box. And if you're dealing with somebody right now, I want you to identify what box you have and what box you think they have. So that way, hopefully, you guys have the same box. So the first box, if you're jumping out there and you're dating and you're dealing with a person, is talking. So you are talking to this person. They are talking to you. So you have a box in your hand, and on the front of the box, it says talking. Now, what does this box mean? It means that you and this person, you've exchanged numbers, okay? You do things that would resemble a friendship. Maybe you go out, you talk more on the phone, you're getting to know this person. You may have even been intimate because that could happen in the talking phase. Hey, I am not on this show. We are not going to shame anybody for what they do. Two consenting adults. So you might, the mood hits right. The Casamigos is hitting. Those tacos are hitting. The energy is there. Maybe you've engaged in that, right? But when you're talking to a person and you're just talking, that's the initial level. You are growing interest with this person to just see what's going on. Hey, there's an interest there, and one would even say maybe you shouldn't be intimate with them on this level. I mean, I would say you might want to steer away from it. But again, what two consenting adults do is what they do. As long as you understand that if y'all both holding the boxes and it says talking, you look inside the box, it ain't that much there. Okay. And unfortunately, what happens is we have the wrong box, or we have a box. It's labeled one thing, but when you look inside the box, when you look in it, it's completely different stuff, right? So talking is the first box, right? So you should be like, okay, we're talking. I'm genuinely interested in this person. I want to know more. I want to get to know this person. And we're getting to have we're working on a cordial, friendly relationship. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. See, some people, y'all are talking and they're like, oh, we're together. No, we're not. You need to look at your box, ma'am or sir. All right. The next one is if you have progressed, now you are dating. So if you have this box with the person you're dealing with, you guys are dating. And what is in this box? What does this box mean? It means that you are spending time together, right? A little bit more. You're doing different stuff. Maybe I'm kicking you behind in bowling. Maybe you beating me and we might go play video games or something like that. Or we're going out to dinner. We're going to grab some food. We're going to concerts and festivals and stuff like that. That could happen in that box. See, that could happen in that box, but that might be at the discussion where you feel comfortable with it, right? But you still, if you're dating, and this is where some people, they may disagree. If you're dating a person, you are still you're building your friendship with this person, but this is not locked in. So while you are dating this person and you may have spent some time with this person, it does not mean, guys, that, hey, in this scenario, that you are exclusive. It just means you guys are dating and they have if they would like, and this is something that you guys need to discuss, they may date other people while you date other people. Now, here's the issue sometimes that I've seen, or even have, when people talk to me about it, that some people, they don't like the idea of someone dating multiple people. And that's understandable, right? You don't want everybody dating other people and stuff like that. And I get that, right? But some people, they do date other people. Now, maybe if you're highlighting the intimacy level, like if they're having sex and you're like, hey, I don't want them to have sex with multiple people. I mean, that's something that you guys discuss. But as far as dating, there's just a mutual, again, we're butting into a friendship. We're doing activities together. We're still learning more about each other, but I still have the right. I have the right to date other people. And I think that what needs to happen is we're honest with each other about that. Tell people that you're dating other people. Now, my opinion about it is I think you should date other people. Does it mean that you should be all sleeping around with everybody? Man, that's up to you. That's up to you and your genitals. Okay? What you want to do with your genitals is not my issue or concern. But I will say that, hey, you should openly be telling the person that you're dating that you're dating. So when they look inside your box, they see that you're dating. And you, with your box, if they say they're dating, then you should adjust your box accordingly. Because what happens is if a person is dating one person, right? They're dating one person, even though their box says dating, they look inside the box. Now we're looking more or less like a relationship. And so now when you're dating one person, maybe their red flags don't seem as red. Maybe it's a little bit of a light orange, right? It's not a red. It should be, it might be need to be a red, right? But yeah, you know what? It's not as red as it should be. And the greens are now really popping with green. And so you got to say, you know what? Hey, man, let me, I say openly date because it allows you the opportunity to look at different scenarios and see what works for you. That's what I would say. But if you are not a person that wants to date multiple people and you prefer to date one person and that's it, okay, then that's cool. But just understand that that's your box. And in your box, your dating is solely for one person. This other box, this person has a box, they may be dating other people. Okay? All right. So that's we talked about talking, we're dating. Now, now we are dating exclusively. That's another box. Now, some people may not even have this box. But dating exclusively means I'm only dating you. Right? We're dating. So remember the previous box, we're dating. But now when I look inside my box and you look inside your box, it's only me and you. I have CC'd everybody around town, let them know, hey, that's it. That's it. I'm letting you know, hey, I am exclusively dating this person. And hey, much, hey, I appreciate you, whatever you're going to say. But now at this point, it only should be you and this person. All right. But you're still getting to know each other. But now you have released other people from the opportunity of dating. See, some people, now listen to what I said, that's dating exclusively. Some people will have on their box they're dating, but really be dating exclusively. And you got to make sure that both of you guys have the same box. And in the context, the same thing. You can't be saying I'm dating exclusively, but they're looking in your box, or they looking in your box, or you looking in theirs, and now we're still multiple pieces. It's other picture frames in that box. Now, all right. If you're dating, then you're dating. If you're dating exclusively, that means it's only one person or two people, whatever dating status you guys have, whatever works out between you two. All right. That's your business. Okay. All right. Now we get to the next level, which is the final level, I guess, is a relationship. We are a couple. You and me, we are together. Okay. It's just you and it's just me. Right. That's it. That's what should be in. So when you look in your box, I should see a picture of me. And when you look in my box, I should picture you. And that should be it. The issue comes with dating, guys, is that we have our boxes. And when we're looking in our boxes, our behaviors. So when you look in the box, you're like, hey, what behaviors am I demonstrating? My box says dating, but I'm treating this person as if we are in a relationship. And their box says dating, and in their box, they're dating. That sets you up. I've had that happen. I know people who that happened to. So you have to be very clear about what is the label on side of your box, and is the behavior that's in the inside box, in the inside of this box, is it matching up to the label on the outside of the box? So if you're dating, but you're upset because, hey, they went out or they're not available every week for you, see, your box, something's in your box is off, right? But if you are you are exclusive, but here you are hanging out with other people and dating other people, we need to adjust the boxes. See, that's a real thing. What started me this, I actually had a blog about this. It was called Categories, right? Because imagine right now, we've seen storms that, if you're East Coast, there's been a couple of storms, even West Coast too. There's been different storms that have happened, right? And if you go look at the radar system or the weather system, there are different categories for different types of storms. A category 1, like, yeah, your flowers might get messed up. Category 5, mess around and find out, and you're gonna be a hashtag. Step out there if you want to, and it's gonna be a candlelit vigil for you. Step out there if you want to, and now you want somebody's t-shirt. Imagine if today Siri or Alexa or the weather system or wherever you get your weather information from told you today, hey, it's going to rain, it's going to be a category 1. You still might go to the grocery store, you still might do things, but if in reality it was a category 5, catastrophe. And so you want to make sure that when you're engaging and you're dating, because guess what? People can start dating now if you have not done so already. People out here dating, make sure that when you're dealing with a person, that you know what box you have, and you know what's on the outside of the box, and making sure your behavior matches the inside of the box. See, that's where we see some of the things with Lori and Steve. Well, not Lori. Damn, I keep saying Steve. Lori and Michael B. Jordan, is that maybe to us, some of the things that they were doing may be off. So what actually had me talk about the dating box a long time ago, one of my friends was having a conflict with a guy she was dealing with. And I said, okay. She was telling me the story about how she was dealing with him. She was doing all these different things. And I laid out to her very similar these boxes. And I asked her, what box do you think you're holding? And she said, exclusively dating. And I said, what box do you think he's holding? Now, she said friends with benefits. I actually should, let me add that box too. Friends with benefits could be considered dating. It could be just talking. Let's add that another box too, now that I think about it. If you are friends with benefits, if that's your box, first of all, there's no judgment here on the See.Plan.Do show, season 5, episode 19. If that's your box, that's your box. But both people need to understand that that's in the box. That's the label on the side of the box. We are friends with benefits. Friends with benefits. We are not dating. We're not exclusively dating. We're not in a relationship. We are simply friends with benefits. See, that box is very tricky at times because people will have that friends with benefits label on the box, but you look inside that box and their behavior is dictating exclusively dating. Because if I say we friends with benefits and in my box is treating you as friends with benefits, and you have on the front, oh, you know that we're friends with benefits, but inside your behavior is really dictating that we're in a relationship, you're going to feel a certain way about that. Your behavior is not going to dictate that you are, your behavior is not protecting yourself. See, the boxes allow you to protect yourself. The labels on the boxes allow you to protect yourself with your behaviors that are inside the box. Hopefully that makes sense to guys. I know it makes sense because I know you nod your head right now. So getting back to my story, my homegirl, I said, okay, what box do you have? She said exclusively dating. I said, okay, cool. All right, that makes sense. The things that are inside your box align with the idea that, hey, you are exclusively dating. What you think is in his box? She said friends with benefits. And in that moment, she realized, oh, wow. See, their boxes were off. So making sure that you align yourself. And if you're dealing with somebody, let's be clear about what boxes we got in our hands. Let's make sure that they're identical. Let's make sure they have identical labels. And in the box, the behavior is the same. Hopefully that helps you. If you're struggling, if you're dealing with somebody because your boxes are off, or the labels are right. You're dating this person. You guys have considered that you guys are dating, but you look inside the box and you doing every single thing. See, your behavior, what's in the box, is not considered dating. You are treating this person exclusive. And that sets you up because then the person could be a taker. You're giving everything in your box. And you know what they can do? When you try to look for them to do the same behaviors, you go back and you be like, well, I did this and I did that. And you're like, but we said we were dating though. We said we were friends with benefits though. We just said we were friends though. We were just talking though. See, now you feel like a fool. So protect yourself, label the box, and put the appropriate behaviors inside the box. Cool. That's the dating box. All right. So let's wrap up this episode, guys. All right. Lori and Michael B. Jordan. All right. If season 5, episode 19, we see, hey, things have happened, right? Wanted to make sure I pull up my notes. So in this scenario, we see, hey, that they have broken up. And that's that happens, people break up, and, people have a lot of, they haven't actually like put out statements or anything like that. It's just that friends are saying, oh, they're both heartbroken. I mean, that could happen, but ultimately, they're not together. And the same consensus is that, hey, he's 35, she's 25. She's not trying to be locked down, stuff like that. Right. So here's my thoughts, if you care, but I know you care, just like I care about your thoughts. Here's the thing. Going back to the dating boxes, we want to make sure that we have the right boxes with the right behavior in those boxes so that way we can rock and roll. Now, when you have a 35-year-old, right? Now, some people may disagree, right? However you feel at the time, whatever the vibe is, you have a 35-year-old and you have a 25-year-old. See, I went psychology with this because I got all my information, my education in psychology. So I love Erik Erikson's stages of development. So if I can pull this up for you guys, right? Erik Erikson is a German psychologist. So he has these different stages of development, right? Feel free to check it out. I actually post it. So with the stages of development, as you go through your life from the time that you're alive to the time that you die, there are different stages, and you go through these different stages. There are different things that happen, right? So with both of them, because they're sort of in the same category, young adulthood, all right, there is a sense, and that's 26 to 40 years of age, right? So there is a sense of, complexity. There's a sense of competency or idea of relationships at the time. If you're 26, so they both actually go in that category. They value tenderness, and they focus on loving freely. While both of them are in that category of early adulthood or young adulthood, you got to think that, hey, a 25-year-old may not ultimately want to be locked down in a relationship. He's more closer to 40. So with that being said, maybe he values that, because I wanted to bring up the other piece of that, right? And that is they're still in young adulthood. Now, here is the stage. Here's what happens in that stage. Intimacy versus isolation, and the biggest thing is relationships. So young adults may need to form intimate, loving relationships with other people. Success leads to strong relationships while failure results in loneliness and isolation, which is why during that time frame, right, you start seeing people lock it down. They start having relationships. Now, Michael B. Jordan, he's 35. Let's say that he's more toward 40. The next stage is middle adulthood, right? And they need to create or nurture things that will outlast them, often by having children or creating a positive change that benefits other people. All right. So between those two stages, you're dating, you're getting to know people, and also you're starting to lock down. This is where families happen. This is where people start having children. Of course, people have children at a younger age, but this is where people start having kids. This is where people start getting married. Right? Because now at this point, you start thinking about the future, start locking it down. So Michael, so based upon what we saw, I mean, at the same time, Michael's just a dude with money. So he has an opportunity to take it to make, they go into aquarium and all these things that they're doing. That's something that a person that's looking to solidify the relationship is doing. It's not to say that she didn't, but ultimately, can't you imagine that the conversation probably went like this? Michael is trying to lock it down, right? And she's probably maybe feeling the complexity, right? The complexity of the relationship. And maybe now that's like, oh, that's a lot going on. She's 25. It's not to say that some 25-year-olds don't get married. And it's not to say that some 35-year-olds want to be married. It just means that there's complexity, and maybe, between the two, they may not just been able to meet a consensus where, hey, it was fun dating. It was fun, all these things, but ultimately, maybe Lori or Michael, because we don't know. Maybe they, somebody didn't want to engage in taking it to the next level. Just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I might, what do you think? Do you think that that's what the case is? Do you think that, hey, maybe she wanted to play, he wanted to lock it down? Do you think maybe he was tightening it up as far as what he wanted her to do? We don't know. There's totally many things you can speculate, right? But ultimately, they're not together. But, they'd say they're both heartbroken. And hopefully, I wish them, as well as I know you wish them, the best on whatever their relationship journey is and the life journey. All right. So let me know how you feel about that. All right. So today, your challenge is, if you are dealing with somebody, I want you to think about your box and what's the label on that box. And I want you to think about, okay, I'm just talking to this person, and then just do a self-inventory. Do a self-inventory and ask yourself, let me look inside this box, and is my behavior aligning with the label on the outside of the box? Go from there. All right. Hey, guys, that is the end of the show. You can check out each and every episode. Go to the website, See.Plan.Do.show.com. Check out all of them. This is season 5. You can go back to day 1. All right. Get caught up if you would like. Okay. Or guess what? Cherry pick, make a little charcuterie board, right? And charcuterie board, right? And pick the ones that work for you. I have ones about jobs. I have ones about dating and relationships, stress management, all types of different things. You could cherry pick and make a little buffet of what you would like to hear or what you want to see. All right. If you want to be on this show, guess what? For the opportunity, just click the link. Go to the website, click on the link, reach out to me. Let's make it happen. If you want to be a sponsor on the show, guess what? Go ahead, and if you know your business, that you want to work on your business, but you want to reach a more diverse audience that's really engaging and really diving in, talk to me about it as well. All right, you guys, guess what? Let me bring you in. Come here. You guys are the best part of the show. I want to thank you for checking this out. You could have been literally anywhere in the world. You could have been watching anything in the world. You could be listening to anything in the world. But I appreciate you taking this short amount of time just to listen to my thoughts, listen to what I have to say. You chiming in and being engaging. All right, I really appreciate that. You are the best part of the show. So until we see each other again, because we'll see each other again, right? We'll see each other. Until we talk again, guys, because we'll talk. And until we share those special, special moments again. All right, guys, always remember, see what you want to do. Plan it out. Don't hold yourself back. Don't listen to the naysayers. Go ahead and do it. All right, guys, same life coaching time, same life coaching channel. See ya.